Mira. Vitality banned out Capitao and Echo. So, what are we going to have here and now 1 month later? I do expect a hard breacher ban from MnM Gaming based on what MnM know. What?
Yes.
That's curious. So
on this map?
On this map, yes. But I would have expected Vitality to want to lean into it considering what we saw from Spark in map number 1. It is a very potent ban, and that's the same ban that MnM had last time, and it makes so much sense for them here.
Yeah, Maverick overall is a great operator to ban on the map, and the Capitao as well when it comes to cash-heavy defenses. MnM do not want to deal with Vitality's clash at all, and I'm guessing that's how Vitality were able to beat MnM back then. Final one should be either Mira and Echo. It's an Echo as usual. It's Vitality. We talked about this.
Yeah.
You want to slow down Vitality. How do you do that? You take away a hard breacher and you try to play Echo. We're just going to ban Echo every single time. And Vitality is very smart in doing so.
The defensive bans have been the same every single match, or rather map, I suppose, for this series, as it's been Echo and Clash. Now, the hard breacher ban being a Maverick. Clubhouse, Maverick's probably one of your most important operators, so that's a pretty crippling blow for any attacking team. And you could see a dual denial set being brought here from Vitality. That's going to be the Kaid and the Bandit. So I like to see this from Vitality. They're going to try and out-utility the Thatcher. It's possible. It's definitely possible, but it's not exactly easy. We have basement defense here. Likely those Bandit batteries going to be going for the church wall, and maybe going to be just exclusive on the drops for the Kaid. You can put them in the dirt tunnel. You can get both of those panels, and it can be left in a position where it can't be shot. So that might force out an EMP if that's something they want to do. But it's, I guess, of course, up to Vitality. Overall setup here is pretty interesting. One thing that I will note, and this is very important, is that MnM are going to be allowed to bring Nomad. And we saw on map number 1 how important Nomad was for MnM Gaming. So, Nomad being here, I think is going to play a huge role in, that was really weird.
Yeah, those twisted arms always,
The Nomad is going to be a very important operator for MnM Gaming, because what they're going to be able to do, especially when they're attacking basement, for example, is drone out top floors, push the roamers downstairs, put an air jab on the staircases and the ladder, etc. Bam, no one's flanking you. So that's a really important thing that Vitality did not ban that Nomad, they instead went for the Capitao.
Flanks are going to be really tough, that's for sure. And Nomad is literally built to do that, of course. There's no question about it.
Ultimate flank watching operator.
Indeed. Doesn't even have to be there, so that's how good it is.
Yeah, if you think it might be there, then you can't go there. Anyway, MnM now into the building. It seems like there aren't any roamers. Yeah, no, it looks like all the people on the bottom floor from the defense, and you've got one in tunnel. So I guess if you count that as a roamer, but it's not. And that's just going to be MnM now isolating those flanks. There are some good cameras set up here by Vitality, but that's some bad timing from Sneaky. If the exothermic charge is live, then the Kaid Electroclaw cannot stop it. If you get it placed before the exothermic charge is detonating, then it's possible, but it's very close.
All right. Usually you'd see a buck in this sort of situation, but because you want to bring the Nomad, you don't have that opportunity. What do? You bring Zofia breaching charges. It definitely is an underrated thing. We talk about this every now and then, where Twitch will bring breaching charges. You have the same with Zofia, you have the same with the AQ. It's just extra soft destruction on a map that it gives you a lot of advantages if you do have that. But you see the amount of players. There's 3 of them actually set right behind you. The Bandit's trying to trick. There's right next to him as well. Slow down a Citizen. Will take the damage, but save will be taken away. One of your Heartbreach is finally taken away, and Kendrew is going at it, trying to open up the wall into Armory, but it's taking so long here, and it will be successful. Okay, what?
Surprised that the Bandit did not get that trick off.
There was no stun.
Yeah, well, curious, but truly, and now that is opened up, it's going to be a really good avenue for MnM Gaming to use in the dying seconds of this round. But that's the thing; they have more time than their counterparts typically do when you get to this point in a round.
The one thing is that Vitality are still full HP with full manpower. Unlike MnM, we're at a half health, and now, well, 2 men down with Kendrew and saves. Well done by Sneaky. Yeah, with the TCSG 12, Clyde Citizen will have to rotate back. Oddly enough, still running the hollow on the 762. just a more aggressive style of play. The great reinforcement on the side to deny entry into the armory, and Sneaky just pre-firing around. He knows that he can do so much damage with the TCSG and just locking down their opponents in one position. Spark for Day will get one. Doki, it's one before, but doesn't really matter. Spark on the floor. He does the dinosaur. That's Citizen taken away, and Vitality, very efficient take.
So this is a big uh-oh here for Vitality to start things off so well. MnM Gaming in a bad spot now, given the, I'd say, the decisiveness of that round. The lifeline must have gone over the top of that wall to allow the wall to get opened up. It must have.
I'm not sure if the Zofia already used the two of them before they entered.
It's possible, but that's the only reason I can imagine that the Bandit didn't get it. Either that or Bibu came off for some reason. I'm not sure.
You need to go back and listen to the audio cue.
Sure, but whatever the case be, that wall getting opened up actually worked against MnM. And why? Because they just didn't have enough manpower to gain control of that breach. And a big part of that was that Vitality were punishing MnM for every single inch that MnM tried to take. That C4 at the bottom of main stairs from the Valkyrie is a great example. And that, the DMR on that, the DMR shotgun on Kaid, so potent on a close range angle. It's the same thing as it is on a distant angle. You know, the only reason that the double barrel wasn't a good thing is because it was a double barrel, but this thing has a magazine, so
it's literally better in every single way.
Yep, it's the double barrel, but then with more ammunition,
which is
and an ACOG.
Yes, I was gonna say. Like,
and you can see he switched too.
Poor Korean operators.
Yeah.
All right. All the technology in Korea is not enough to get an ACOG.
In this game.
Yeah, well, that said, another thing that I want to highlight is the fact that in the previous round, MnM didn't really pressure blue that much either. You saw the entire time, there was, okay, maybe the Nomad there, but she didn't really do anything.
Didn't have a lot of presence, no.
The angles were always held. There were 4 players, 2 of them in blue, two of them, and at some point even 3 that were based in the church itself, and the last player was the smoke that was in Dirt Tunnel and will fall back if something is needed around the armory. So overall, great management of the manpower as well by Vitality, knowing who to put where. Bandit trying to trick in here, and you can force the Bandit away by either using your EMPs, but also a player from the window. He'll be able to trick at the end, yes, but the second EMP will have to come out, and an easy kill from Doki. I think he just...
Oh, he's going for a second, and he gets it! No, Saves actually the one to get that kill. That must have been from the roof. A poorly timed run out.
Very unfortunate, and it was indeed from the roof. So the instant the thermite charge was opened, it just moves up and plays from there. Saves on the opposite end of the destroyed wall. So 2 players down almost instantaneously. Look at the amount of time. What is this? This is very efficient here from Vitality or from Vitality's opponents, MnM. There's no Doc that's being played on the catwalk. It's the Maestro in this situation. Sure, there's no Twitch, but those evil eyes can be dealt with. In the little manpower, you can't really fight against players coming in.
The big advantage that Vitality has right now is garage control. The fact that they have yet to lose garage is huge. This has been a valiant effort from Spark, truly. He's got the breach in server open, and he's got to deal with someone in garage.
This is so good. That rappel is so good because you deal with the fact that the big advantage that, oh no, you die as well, but you deal with the fact that the big advantage of the player on the catwalk is the angle that you can't really deal with. It's so huge, but Saves will be able to get the kill on Qual. Huge here to take out the Maestro. He last alive and taken away by Citizen. MnM do not roll over, and they just come back fighting.
Certainly the case. I think that was a really well-orchestrated attack from MnM. A big part of that round came down to the work that Doki managed to do on the server window, and the run-out, the run out there from Vitality just not working out on the balcony, giving 2 kills to the attack pretty early on. That pretty much gutted the attack, the defense from Vitality. They're going to go to Jim next, and I think that's sensible.
Yep.
Jim is probably, it's just as viable as Cash for sure, but given what we saw just now on Cash, I think Vitality has some flaws on that site, and they're going to need to experiment with it later. Jim might be different. Looks like they're setting up for not going to be a shield strategy in all likelihood. Usually when you're going to have a shield strategy, there will be a castle to accompany the shield. So there's not likely to be bandit tricking on Jacuzzi. Seems like Vitality might want to get a little bit aggressive. They brought an alibi. That's usually in an attempt to roam. could be good at that sometimes in some situations. I find she's very good on basement. Cantor Ketty has popularized her on a roam of top floor when defending basement on Clubhouse. But likely be a cash hold in this instance, especially given those cams that we just saw Qual set up. Or cam, I suppose.
It should at least give you some sort of information. I'm not sure if they're going to stick for a long time inside of cash.
I mean, he can hold it pretty well if they full reinforce it as an alibi. It's a good enough operator to make that hold.
You could have someone, what a lot of teams will do as well is kind of have extra holes to fire in and give it an extra angle. The big problem with any...
Or to Jim or to Cash?
To Cash.
Yeah, from the workshop wall. Yeah,
exactly. So there's all of that that's available. But that's actually a pretty good camera to watch the hatch in here into to logistics, because there's nobody in there.
It looks like it's going to be a Jacuzzi wall take, pure and simple. I mean, Jacuzzi wall is foregone conclusion.
Bread and butter.
But at the same time, looks like it will also be a server cache clear. So a little bit of both here from MnM. Gotta be careful not to spread themselves too thin. Is he bandit tricking? Should be pretty easy to deny that. If there is actual bandit tricking going on, you can deny that from the south balcony. You have to be cautious of the server pressure, but Habana is negating that by, opening the wall and going on rappel on the server balcony. So this should be a pretty easy, deal on the bandit. He looks like he might have a shield. We don't know. He does have a shield. So if he has an ADS, then they need to clear that out before they can get Spark off his position.
Oh, there you go. He cleared it away. Spark, it runs away. Sneaky will still find the kill on Citizen. So the Zofia is now taken away. A bit too slow there to have as big an effect. It could have kept the bandit in position, but a grenade from Doki could have cleared it out.
Two huge things just happened there. The bandit did not get punished for trying to go for the trick after the shield was opened up. And second, much more importantly, Zofia died. She got punished for opening up that shield the bandit was using thanks to the alibi. Sneaky, excellent angle from inside of garage. It wasn't from the server window. It couldn't have been. There must have been somebody watching it.
And the big thing here is that if you're MnM, you're happy that you're holding the hallway to make sure that there's nobody that can push in through Jacuzzi and from logistics. But what have Vitality done? They've already prepared a rotation hole into construction to go to another side. Doki destroying that the barbed wire is going to give away his position. The grenade will hit but do no damage. And the hatch is even being watched with smoke thrown away. Doki's position is very well known. He's going to have to prime a grenade here to bounce around the corner. It's going to go around. It's going to hit Qual for quite a bit of damage, leaving him on under 20 HP. But still no kill, and time is running out. It is of the essence. Jaeger to fire in, but won't find Doki. Doki will be killed off. A player just prone on the ground in the site. That's Bride to take him away. The smoke to throw even more of his canisters out. Will be fired upon, but Saves will reveal his position thanks to the help of the alibi. Spark with one, Bride for the second. Kendra low on HP here trying to fight around the window, but there's not much time left. Bride will dive out and find the kill with a shotgun. Vitality actually went out this site without having a castle and without having their bandit punished, with almost no pressure being put on the opposite end of the map into cash or into logistics. Overall, very weak assault from MnM.
Yeah, it was curious because there was a little bit of pressure put towards cash, but it was just so poorly placed, right? This is the Habana in cash and the alibi running circles around the Habana. So Habana is effectively nullified, useless in cash, doing nothing for that round. Pushes up to a smoke, holding the workshop or construction door. It was very unfortunate to see. But yeah, the big thing was, like you say, not getting the bandit, and then following that up, I mean, they get the Jacuzzi wall open, but after that, it just looked like MnM were improvising. It didn't really seem like they were fully in that round. I mean, Sledge crouch walking up main stairs. There's a reason why teams don't usually use main stairs as a main point of access. There's a reason why you don't usually have that be like, an important part of your take. It's because every time you come up those stairs, you make the loudest possible footfall in this game. It's that full metal footfall. It's just the clunk, clunk, clunk. As a 2-speed, crouch walking up the stairs, you're going to make a lot of noise.
To do that, it's successful when people play Dokkaebi, and I want to highlight Fabian's flanks many times on that sort of way.
We have seen that, yeah.
When he does that, it's usually us on the Dokkaebi, so 3-speed much faster. but also there's a call coming off, so the players can't really hear the footsteps that well. There's also delays that are being thrown in from his teammates through the windows. There's Zofia charges, there's smokes, there's something to distract the defenders off of focusing on the player that's just maneuvering in through the middle. So overall, well, yeah, correct myself, 2-2 on the Dokkaebi, but still, my point stands. Not Doki anymore, unfortunately. Qual will find the C4.
Speaking of Doke, it's gone.
Doki.
That's really unfortunate. Sorry.
It's the same thing.
Doki has been getting picked off consistently at the beginning of rounds in this match.
Also, we failed to mention this because we were so focused on what happened in the previous round, but there is indeed a lone operator that we rarely see in competitive play.
It's Capcan.
It's Capcan.
He gets picked, but
he's got a C4, which is pretty great, but he's actually running the impacts in this case, which is odd.
Maybe he's roaming, so you want to have the impact so you can create rotations. I get it, but generally the Capcan pick is not going to be your go-to. On a map like Clubhouse, you have to clear out the roamers, especially when the defense is on the basement. How does Saves get away with this? He's going to be just behind Dirt Tunnel, misses a lot of shots, but finally gets the kill on the bridge, and now has Arsenal control, but he gets punished by Sneaky coming from the hallway. No refrag onto Sneaky. Because of that, Bandit's going to be able to retake into Arsenal. There is a refrag elsewhere. MnM Gaming still in this round. They had a better opportunity earlier when the Habana was in sight, but it has started to get worse and worse as Vitality have brought it back to sight, started retaking onto their own Arsenal.
Kendra's still in the back, and I actually have no idea how the Habana just dove in on that kill.
Fell in.
That should not have happened. But just because there was nobody left or playing inside of the armory itself, because you have the captain kind of roaming away for a bit. Spark will keep firing, but diffuser is being set as we speak, and there's nobody fighting against this. All right, Nella watching in for the rotation behind, well, all the way at the top of the kitchen, and eyeing into green box. Spark pushing in. He'll find the kill on the Zofia. The Capcan will now move in to deal with the player in kitchen. Very smart from Spark. He still has to creep up against an ACOG at this location. No, he's not looking around, and everything missed by Bebu. Or by Kendro. Bebu will still find the kill with his SMG. Diffuser is being taken away as we speak. Nello pushed back by the fire. He's going to fire down and find one on Sneaky. There should be enough time here for Bebu to destroy, disable that Diffuser. There you go. Couple seconds left is all he needs. And the Legion of Bebu will save the day. It's very good to just hold and play by behind the box itself. But that was like 2 or 3 different holes that were opened up by Vitality that MnM tried to exploit. Yet every time they failed to just close it out.
A lot of great opportunities there for MnM, yeah. I agree. I mean, just seriously confusing what we just witnessed. Vitality were playing so far offsite. Perfect position in the post plant there. Drop down open. Not a lot of soft destruction above the diffuser. Granted, there's only one way to hold that diffuser where it's planted, and that's through the drop down. But good challenge from Vitality. Good frags from Vitality. I loved the fake out at the bottom of those main stairs. The little tap at the end of the hallway there from one of the defenders, allowing for the Capcan to push the Zofia. Great bait. Loved it. But overall, the I don't know, the MnM post plant there just really unfortunate is the way I'm going to put it. Now, we're going to be going to cash. This is the first site and the only site that MnM Gaming have managed to win on this map. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to see a little bit more even of a first half than what we've been getting so far. We've had 2 first halves today where one team gets 1 round and the other team gets 5. And that's just of the 2 maps that we've seen. 2 out of 2. So are we going to get 3 out of 3? Are Vitality going to be able to win cash for the first time? Or does MnM find themselves suddenly back in this match? Because it's already seeming like Vitality are running away with it.
All right, well, the big change for Vitality in this case, of course, playing this this site now for the second time, is Sneaky playing the Vigil.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that actually ends up doing something. Maybe he'll play around construction.
There's also the fact that Vitality gave away a bunch of picks to MnM last time, basically for free. So if they just, I mean, if they don't do that, I don't know, that might change things.
If you don't lose players as free picks, then yeah, maybe you'll have a shot at it. That's a very good point, Mike.
Thank you. Sounds like another run out, but it's a fake out. Oh, beautiful play from Sneaky with the impact to go for the vault. Citizen gets the refrag, but that was wonderful.
Vigil sacrifice for a Nomad, especially early on in the round, that's an excellent trade.
Yep.
You don't have, this is a site that Vigil won't be really doing too much on, but killing Nomad will allow you to play so much in the way of rotations later on. This is a pretty big deal and a big pick here for Vitality. And this means that MnM are now short in manpower to kind of play from the other side and try to deny both the Clyde and the Bandit that are in play. Reminder of that on this site.
Disabling electronics.
So both Hard Destructors and the Thatcher as well, they're going to double up, which means the Bandit should not be able to deny this. It's not going to happen. Exothermic charge will go off, and so will the X-Garros. Full fall off of that wall from Vitality. Good game sense from Bibu to sense that he was in danger and to get out of there. Ooh, the crisscrossed feet behind the Maestro and the shot onto the leg there. Spark goes down. Kendrew with some excellent play on those angles.
Yeah, Maestro always lays down as if like it's a teenage girl texting on her bed. Something like, it's a bit weird.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
So what happens when your feet get too close to the wall? There are so many different prone positions in this game, and that's just one of them. That variance did end up costing Doke in that situation.
Well, Bibu watching the tiny angle here. At least Vitality or not.
Sorry, Spark.
The big deal here for Vitality is, okay, well, we lost 2 players, but at least we took down the Nomad, right? That's one thing. That
Yeah, it's really big.
Yeah, 3 of the players from MnM, 3 of the operators are basically all there to just destroy the wall and enter. So the Zofia had to use her utility. She doesn't have anything left, but Saves will find a kill on Bleed, and the Diffuser is going to be planted. 2 versus 4 retake here, but Kendra will find the kill on Bibu. Quick trade as Saves has gone down the Habana. Qual have to walk on up, but now every single bit of utility that was put in by the defenders is going to play against him in the walkout. Kendra holding the angle will fire onto the Jaeger, but Qual is still alive. He'll find 1 kill. Still 1 around the angle. Nello will rotate all the way around and try to vault up or try to get towards a Citizen coming in from the side, and Nello will just repel. That's the word that I'm looking for. Repel up and find the kill. There you go.
Great job there.
Imagine if you could vault all the way that high.
That would be incredible.
That's NBA level.
I'm sure there's somebody out there who can. Give it a little bit of traction. Now, that round, great execution from MnM Gaming. Now, Vitality seem to have one weakness on this map so far on their defense, and that is cash. It's the only site that MnM have managed to beat Vitality on. The only time MnM even remotely seems in the round, really, to be honest. Now, the big takeaway is the fact that MnM always has an answer for garage control, because the garage crossfire works a lot for the defense. It allows you to deny the plant inside of server, and MnM have time and time again taken garage control. Following that, after opening up the server wall, it's a pretty easy take into server to get that plant. Standard strategy executed well. We said it before, I'll say it again, and I love what we're seeing from MnM on Cash. But if Cash is the only site that you can win an attack on, you're not going to have a very good time here.
It's a good thing, but you need to win more, that's for sure. But the defense has an inherent advantage when playing on Clubhouse. It's the second most defender-favored map after Villa. So, you know, having a 4-2 at the half is not out of the ordinary. It's actually very welcomed by the defense. But a 3-3 is a pretty good position for MnM to be in.
True.
Should they learn how to adapt to the set? Because again, Vitality are not bringing the castle that we talked about before. And one thing I'm going to highlight as well, you talked about the catwalk. I want to talk about something else. The Bandit and the Caught it brought as well on Cash had almost no effect.
It's true.
You double up, you bring 2 operators to deny, and yet still, you're not even wasting any time.
Yeah, it's truly unfortunate. I think they were trying to reserve their utility just a little bit too much. It's like you say, we were talking about the power-up earlier. You have all this potential, and you just hold on to it until it's too late. The Electro Claws should go down preemptively, and then you can Bandit Trick late, and then you delay. Or you could do it the other way around if you really, really want to, though that's less advisable as the Bandit batteries are faster. all that's really beside the point. It's gone now. It's done now. Vitality struggled with that wall. This is a wall, on the other hand, where Spark has had a pretty decent run so far. The time where Vitality went to gym, Spark delayed this wall for quite a long time, and it seems like he's going to be doing that once again. He's got the shield, and there's nobody pressuring his shield right now because MnM are afraid of pressure from Garage, pressure from server window. Because of that, they're just going to be going about this very slowly. Doki looking for a free pick just inside of, or actually no, getting a mirror window just inside of Office. Great job there to Doki, having the awareness to seize that angle from inside of Kitchen all the way up.
Save still moving through his drones, and he should be able to spot the Jaeger in the back. There you go, well done. And we'll save also his drone for later on. Big problem with MnM's assault before is that they weren't really able to do too much with their advantage in taking server because they weren't really able to move into cache and play off that extra angle.
And it's a similar situation right now. They have yet to take control of server. They have yet to take control of cache. There are roamers by there, and there's only a minute left.
And what's the big deal about that? You might be asking, sitting at home, is that what Vitality are doing is that they're not over-relying on that hallway for rotations. They have an extra hole here right next to Qual to allow him to move away. So if you shut down cache, you shut down a huge rotation, and you stick players in a position where they don't want to be inside of logistics for easy kills, and at least pushing them away from the locations that they should be in. But at least this time, it's Doki to dive down and take control of that one angle.
Well, MnM going for the push. The mirror window and bathroom still alive. 5 versus 5 with only 30 seconds left. Don't see it often, but in this match, it seems to be pretty frequent. Nell's going to get the first kill there, entering into Office. Citizen gets one for himself. Bibu's going to start refragging, though, putting his kills on the board. Sneaky is far from sight, and he's going to catch the flank of an enemy, but not able to get the frag. Still one player inside of Workshop holding that flank, and Citizen's going to be able to go for the plant, as Sneaky is the last defender alive. His position is known, and there are 2 players waiting to greet him inside of Workshop. This is a great angle from the Habana, but he's on low HP. He might go down, but no. Saves, wins it out. MnM take the round, and that's a 3-3 on the first half. An overall pretty great result for MnM Gaming.
Yeah, 3 at the half, as we were talking about.
We were just saying it.
It's completely fine. And what did MnM do? They actually went for cache, and they took logistics. Once that was done, the rotations from Vitality could not even exist. Yeah, sure, you can hold off from the opposite end of the map, but you could throw a few extra bodies at it because you know you're holding off the rotations. And then you win your gunfights because of the fact that you have those pre-planned angles that have already been taken control of, and Vitality were not able to retaliate. Excellent from MnM to learn from their mistakes, and Vitality not really changing anything with their game plan, relying on the same thing that worked before. It's okay. But yeah, MnM did their homework very quickly.
That's the thing. Vitality seems to be a lot more consistent. MnM struggling with that consistency. They did change their operator selection on that last round. They didn't have the alibi. Instead, they brought, I believe it was, I mean, they had the Jaeger, but they put the Jaeger in the alibi's position by cache. And the Jaeger didn't have as good of a job, or didn't have as good of a round as that alibi did the last time Vitality went to gym defense. So, yeah, a slight change. But I think MnM, just the fact that they didn't get any picks on that south balcony, huge. They managed to keep all of their players who were pushing south balcony alive, turn that into site presence later on. The jacuzzi wall got opened up pretty efficiently despite not using south balcony abundantly. The bandit got pushed off. It was just, everything went right for MnM in that last round. And because of that, it could be the difference maker here in the first round of the second half and onward. Because MnM Gaming, I thought they were out of it.
Yeah.
The way that Vitality were playing earlier, I thought this was going to be a pretty one-sided sweep like we were seeing earlier in the first 2 maps, but in favor of Vitality. And here we go. We've got an actual back-and-forth match.
So now Vitality's job is to try to enter in. And one thing I have to say about MnM is that they are very spread here compared to what
2 anchors.
Yeah, and that's about it. And I mean, anchor is one in the stairs.
Citizen is he was on cams for a second. I was worried he's not even going to try to trick this. I mean, I'm sure he will.
Try. Is there going to be a second EMP? Yes, there will be, and that's how you open it. Very well done. But look at those holes.
Oh, it's a rush.
Oh, he just walks in. Citizen is flashed. He's right around. Oh no, the side is closed as well. Nilla will find one. Spark with a refrag on the Citizen. Saves will try to rotate back in, but Bride is watching that flank. Another frag here from Vitality. Take down Nello. Doki with the kill, but there's a Claymore already ready here for the Valkyrie. No, there is none. They did not enter this position here in the garage, so they'll be able to come in, but Doki has no utility to play again. I guess this Kendro has a Nitro Cell, but he looks outside and there's nobody on Repel. Doki has a difficult angle to deal with, and he will fall to Qual on the buck. Kendro to push in, and what a shot from Qual. He'll find the headshot. It's literally the last position that Kendro had available. And Qual just rotates around, hearing the Valkyrie walking up the stairs with the barbed wire, etc. Vitality. Man, you thought MnM's take on Cash was great. That is, poof.
Well, you called it. You called it, and you called it correctly. There was so little site presence from MnM, and it cost them. It cost them so hard. Vitality just, I guess they just droned it out. They're like, hey, there's not many people here. Let's push. And that's all that it took. As soon as Cash control was established, the round was pretty much over. Great job to Vitality. Props to him. That strategy, of course, will not work a second time.
Yeah.
But that one round may be the difference maker. I mean, it very likely will be the difference maker, given how close this match has been so far. We're going to go downstairs now to the basement. And it's certainly a lot harder to rush this site, but it's also possible. I mean, hey, man, they won't expect 2 rushes in a row. It's true. It's not gonna happen.
Well,
they wouldn't expect it.
And even if it does not work in the third round, you're like, well, they won't expect 3 in a row.
They won't expect 3 in a row. That's true.
It's basically World War I strategy in a nutshell.
Oh, yeah, that's really okay. But it's an accurate yet morbid reference.
Yes, if somebody watched Blackadder, they'll
I grew up on Blackadder.
But there you go. You'll know exactly the part where
I don't know if the World War I series was the best one though.
It had it tackled some pretty interesting.
That's a really deep conversation though, and
yes.
Here in this match right now we have a 3-4 scoreline, and Vitality find themselves in a really great position after that last attack. They did. I mean, that was a great execution. And now they're so efficiently clearing out the roamers. And by clearing out the roamers, of course, there aren't any roamers from what I can tell. But what I mean by that is on Clubhouse, you have to clear out every corner. You clear out every corner. Once you know that there are no roamers, then you can start hitting the site. And Vitality are doing that very efficiently.
It's the same thing if you're attacking bank on basement, right? You still have to clear everything before you come in, because one person on a flank somewhere, somehow, is going to be devastating. I'll remind you of Adam's ace not too long. Was it like a year ago?
The Adam spot? Are you talking about on Clubhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was playing. Well, I mean,
when Adam spot existed.
Yeah, when Adam spot existed, but it
literally existed for like 2 weeks.
It got patched.
That's how good Adam is.
Yeah. Vitality, they have established there are no roamers. They're starting to open up those vertical angles. Cut off rotation in the hallway. Very useful rotation to cut off there with the Buck Skeleton Key. And now they're just going to start working away, chipping away at those reinforced walls with their hard destruction.
Vitality still taking their time here with 1:20 left. Sneaky will put away an utility in the back. ADSs are no longer present. Not sure if they were present at all.
Clear.
Bibu opening a floor level.
Prone level?
That's a very good thing to do. I'm not sure if he was successful in that. I saw something exploding in front of it.
I think he got it. I'm not sure though. Gas canisters coming out, so it's likely that he did. Gas canisters to cover it, maybe. There's a shield as well, so this position's much more powerful for the smoke. Citizen with a C4 on the Qual. Great job there. That's soft destruction gone, and nades.
Yeah, you saw the impact grenade as well thrown into the wall. It will spread around and destroy any utility on the side. So that Excyrus hole actually turns out to play negatively against Vitality.
Same way it did with the exothermic hole for MnM the last time they attacked, or the first time they attacked on a church.
Very true. Doki now spraying all the way to the back of blue. Won't find anybody, but at least some damage done to the back. Grenade's not available as Qual has been taken away, so that shield is going to stay there for a while. The entrance into the church saves with one more long angle to take down Sneaky, and more of these holes open up. He's trying to bait his opponents into not knowing which angle he's coming from, and now he's prone on the floor, watching. by the entrance into Church. Bride with a beautiful frag. Bibu with another. Doki and Nello, though, will bring it home. Spark will take down Nello. He's the last man alive, but so low on HP. The diffuser is far away, and he has to pick it up. And he's so low on health, there's no time left. Picked up the diffuser, but there's not much that can be done with the Legion peeking around. It would have been death. No cake, but death, or well, let's just go for a plant and then die anyways.
So that was a really good try from Vitality in the dying seconds of the round. But again, I say it, dying seconds of the round. That's on Vitality. You know, the fact that the Vitality attack is so slow is going to work against them quite a lot on a map like Clubhouse. And it was, I think, well showcased in that last round, because Vitality brought that down to a 1-on-2 from a position where it seemed like there was no way they could have recovered it. And if maybe they had a few more seconds in the round, maybe it would have been different, because they had to rush. They had to force themselves to rush. We'll be going to Cash now, which, well, it didn't work out great for MnM last time they went here, but it was because of a rush strategy and the odds of those coming out twice in a row.
I mean, the rush from Vitality came out because, first of all, there was
well, it was on MnM.
That barricade, yeah, and there was only one player that they can spot. They spotted the second by the stairs, but because of that barricade, very weird barricade.
Was it the one, was it like from
between
server?
Stairs into server? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, jeez.
That's like,
didn't even see that.
What? Why was it there? And we didn't see it until the Habana had already pushed in.
Yeah, because then your guy on Cash stairs or server stairs just can't hold the angle.
Yeah, he can see feet, but the angle is not wide enough for him to shoot at. And yeah, sure, theoretically you can do it, but
even then though, like it's hard to take that fight as a player on stairs. If your enemy is just going to rush across, it's a one-size door. So it's, you know, if you're sprinting, it's going to be hard to always land that shot consistently, to be fair.
So that said, how will Vitality play this one? And I hope that MnM are going to be spending more of their players, or putting more of their players onto the site, which is exactly what it looks like here. They have to clear out the batteries, and they will be successful in baiting out one of them. Though Citizen will recover the second and will go in, should be successful, but perfect from the Zofia to stun him, and Citizen was not able to put his charge on, which means the Thermite will open up the wall. Very good play.
All thanks to the lifeline from Sneaky. Now it's at that point that you should have seen the Electro Claw come out, but it's unlikely that it would have been timed, or would have been in time anyway. So like you were talking about, when you bring the Bandit and the Kaid, if you have both of them and failed to save your wall, it can be detrimental to your defense because you've invested a lot in those two operators. They're good operators by themselves, but that means that you don't have other types of utility that would be useful here.
You don't have a Valkyrie, you don't have a Pulse if you want to play those. You don't have a Dock, which would be very good as well.
Or Garage, especially.
Yeah. So overall, this is what you're sacrificing. It's not that the operators are not great or don't make sense within the context here.
It's just you didn't do the thing you set out to do.
They literally exist just for that.
Yeah, so great flank watch here from Sneaky. He's going to find the Jaeger, and that Jaeger is going to be forced to fall back. He doesn't know where his opponent is challenging him from. He knows the camera's there, so he calls it out. Bad angle play here from the Maestro. Doki is looking for a fight, but he's unable to find the one he wants. In fact, loses a little bit of HP. We're coming down to this. Ooh, this is a great position for Qual to be in. So he can nade the Maestro on the balcony. He's getting marks from his teammates. Maestro looking for the angle and finds it! Doki, a beautiful shot onto Spark. And the nades from Qual need to start coming out. But I think the ADS is still there, and because the Thatcher is dead, he will not be able to Thatcher the ADS from outside. It's an easy thing to do. You put it on the yellow window from outside, but not the case here.
Now they think that that ADS has been taken away, but oh no, that's the backpack. You can't shoot the backpack. There you go. Citizen will find yet another one. That leaves only two available here for Team Vitality. It's Bibu and Bride. On both hard breachers that were so far away for the entirety of the... Oh,
wow.
Get deleted. Bibu, beautifully done. Kendra just deleting him off the face of the map. Bride, last man alive. We'll actually find a kill here on Kendra, but he's going to have to ace this, and he knows there's a Maestro in the back, and there you go. The foot has been spotted. Moves around the angle, and no, Nello blasts him with a shotgun. Whipping it out like John Gotti, and it's Bride to go down. MnM just keep on fighting, and Michael, this is going the distance, like map 1 and 2, okay? One team was in control most of the time.
Yeah.
But here, it's back and forth.
Absolutely. This is, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better result, honestly. Going to map number 3 and you get this back and forth, it's exactly what you want to see. And this is just what we're talking about. European Challenger League just being so gosh darn close this season. Now, it's important to remind everybody who doesn't know, the team that loses here is not out of it. They will go on to play Secret. The team that wins will get a straight pass into Pro League. And there's still chances, no matter what, to get that spot in Pro League for both of these squads. So it's not the end of the world if you're MnM or Vitality and you lose this. The real question I think on a lot of people's minds is, how is Secret going to be playing today? Because Secret is one of those teams lately that it's just they're either on it or they're off it, and you don't know until you see them play.
Nobody else.
What?
Maybe G2 and nobody else.
Exactly.
That's as on and off as it gets.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, we'll see when we get there. But for now, I guess this back and forth has been very, very exciting. MnM going to gym here for the first time, and they're going to do the castle strategy. The strategy behind this is basically you can see there's 2 castle barricades between the jacuzzi wall and the B window. Those 2 castle barricades are trying to be used to burn the lifeline or the ash charge or what have you to allow the bandit to bandit trick on the jacuzzi wall. There will also likely be a shield, but we don't know.
And this is what we talked about before. Vitality were running this strategy without the castle.
Instead, just using the shield.
Exactly.
And it seems like this is just going to be castle with no shield because the Jaeger hasn't brought a shield. And this is an interesting way to do it. Very different mentalities between Vitality and MnM Gaming.
Evil Eye so very ready.
Evil Eye set in the back, and it can zap around and destroy any drones and such, and also give you information on anybody that dove into the gym. So that's why you see it in this position, hidden behind the bed. Bibo will be able to move in. There's no reinforcements actually set here on the server.
So they're just going for a standard server cache take, it looks like, and because they have a Habana and a Thermite, they can use the X-Caros to push these players out of server. Sorry, rather cache, excuse me. And they're going to use 2 X-Caros. It's a lot of investment here for Bibu, but it's probably worth it. I mean, you can push the players off of cache and this early in the round, and they have. Look at that. The defenders fall back. No contention after the wall gets opened up.
That's all it costs. 2 X-Caros players are back in a confined area, such as construction or bedroom. Really, really well done here. And it's smart from MnM to do, because you can't really contest them. You're going to get shot in your feet. You can't really retaliate in that position.
This is very inefficient here from MnM. They've got batteries and electro claws on the wall, and there is a Thatcher in play, as they would expect. So as soon as the EMP goes down, it's going to get both. You can pick up the battery or pick up the electro claw, but do you really need to do it this way?
Kendra's ready to throw in another one.
I mean, he's ready, but he can't beat a Thermite. Electro claw can't beat a Thermite, so it's dangerous.
He needs to put it on right before Blude clicks the...
And there's an EMP still, so... Well, there's not going to be any tricking, as is evident, thanks to the castle barricade being opened up. And there's the EMP. There's the second EMP to get the electro claw, and the wall's open. You just can't beat a Thatcher Thermite with a Kaid on a wall like that. So, yeah, unfortunate to see, but MnM have managed to waste 2 minutes. At least it's that.
However, the angle that was opened up here is very open and exposed towards the hallway, not more towards the side that you might have expected, where you can just walk into gym off of it. But Spark will still find a kill on saves through the angle that I was just talking about. The Jaeger has been taken away. Utility is going to get thrown in the back here for Qual to maybe try to find a player by the secret vault. Grenades in the back. Doki will find one on Bibu. A bit more damage done to Kendrew, but not a ton of it. Doki will come around and find a headshot on Sneaky, just clapping onto his face. Now, there needs to be something from the attacking side of Vitality. There's not much time left, and they really don't want to give MnM the advantage in this one. Doki spraying the back as he sees the buck diving right down into logistics. Kendra will have to go and fight and deny the diffuser plant, and he will. Qual will find 1 and 2. The diffuser needs to be planted ASAP. Spark has to go for it, but the Maestro is still there, and the defense of MnM will take the round. They're on map and match and series point.
Pro League point as well.
Pro League, it's
so big.
This is your life on the line. This is the next 6 months.
This is what your career has been building up to right here. And the fact that Vitality seemed to... I mean, this 3 rounds in a row here for MnM Gaming. And we had not seen that so far through this match. Through this map specifically, I suppose. It's been a lot of back and forthing, and are we going to get OT is the real question. Vitality are going to have to win 2 rounds in a row to bring us there, and then in OT, get 2 rounds there, and then you manage to take it. But it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen. We're going to the basement. This was the first site that MnM managed to win, and they were very comfortable here. It came down to a rush from Team Vitality through Moto Door, and that rush didn't work out. Why? Not enough time. I mean, we'll see if Vitality can bring it back. I think they're going to have to show us some pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah.
I will remind you guys, the only round that Vitality managed to win on attack was thanks to a rush strategy.
Yeah, that they very, very correctly orchestrated to assault into cash, and then after that,
yeah,
MnM just it was their first one.
Yeah,
you're like, okay, whoa, this series is gonna end in a different way, but no, MnM are able to adapt very effectively. Well, see how this goes now. MnM have gone down, and they're actually using the reverse walls on Church, which is exactly what I want, because they've seen Vitality bringing grenades on the Buck, so they do the reverse walls, so the red part of the reinforcement blocks. I think it's a hitbox thing, but if it's from the outside or from the outside in, then it actually stops the grenade. It just keeps bouncing in the middle, and it never hits the other side. I think it just stuck on part of the hitbox.
On the other hand, that camera was pretty obvious. So, hey, you win some, you lose some. One camera taken care of there from Vitality, and the Valkyrie's effect on this round is lessened. Vitality already doing a good job of clearing out the top floors, and there goes the C4 from the Valkyrie as well. So it's building up here for the utility. MnM are kind of losing out on a lot here.
More of the floorboards being opened up here by Qual, so
on what
Vitality.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So just trying to use as much of that as possible. They can't bounce the grenades around, but MnM, for that, are not bringing a Bandit or a Cloud, which is interesting because every single one of the rounds pretty much have had either one of the two or both of them being played.
On what you were saying with the reinforced walls, I mean, the nade was hard as it was.
Yeah, but
before you put it backwards.
It actually doesn't work.
Right.
Like, we tried it.
It was already hard.
Yes.
And they made it harder. That's a good way to deny your opponent. And they've also set it up so they can impact trick the wall. So that'll be useful. Assume that's still possible. It should be. Flash is coming over to clear out ADSs, I'm guessing, but I don't know why. I mean, maybe he can land it. There he is. Okay, he can.
It works from the side. Okay, well done. So usually it doesn't work from the front of it. If you're close to it, you're trying to bounce it to destroy any utility on the other side of it. But from a distance, it does hit, but you're not going to hit the angle that you want anyway, so it's not as important.
Either way, hard grenade to hit. Didn't accomplish anything in this round. 40 seconds left. MnM Gaming, all they need to do is wait this out. The utility from Vitality is doing damage, but not enough to get the kills. Gas canisters coming out here from MnM to try and hold on to the push from Moto. You see Jaeger is the player inside of that blue room, or utility. He plays a pivotal role here, as it seems like Vitality has some players who want to push blue. 20 seconds left. And a 5 versus 5. We've seen this so many times today, but this time, shotgun on Moto Door. It's Nello to get 2, and Qual will take down Doki, and over by blue. On a 3rd for Nello. A huge round for the smoke, but it's all up to Sneaky with little HP. He has to rush Moto for the diffuser. He's going to lose the fight to Nello, a 4K, and MnM Gaming take the match. They take a spot in Pro League in spectacular fashion.
Congratulations to MnM. We might have, for the first time ever, 2 British teams in Pro League, replacing the olden style of 2 French teams or more. So that's one reversal that some people definitely look forward to.
They're not entirely British.
Yes, there's
Mostly
one Polish player.
Yeah.
But
still.
It's something.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more British talent than we've seen in a long time in Pro League, for sure.
Yeah. Which is pretty good. We also have Fonkers on Team Secret. That was kind of extra talent that was brought on.
But that's the question is now...
Secret.
Can Vitality beat Secret? I mean, rather, actually, that's not the question for me. The question is, can Secret beat Vitality?
Can Secret not beat themselves?
Can Secret not beat themselves? It's a really great way to put it, what he said.
That's how it's been throughout the whole season. I mean, we talked about it early on. Secret were involved in a 3-way fight before Rio. fighting both MnM and now Na'Vi back then, known as Market, and they still... And they slip away from that coveted spot to relegation. They don't do too well throughout the season. That's why they're in this spot. Everybody's looking towards them, and like these guys have a lot of potential, but it's just been those mistakes throughout the season that really cost them.
I really don't know, dude. I really don't know. I mean, I look at the performance we just got from Vitality, and honestly, they could have won that match, man. They could have won that match, and I think about what we've been seeing from Secret recently, and I just don't know. I feel like it'd be really, really hard. It's going to be a long match. It's going to be just as long as this last match. That's for sure.
I hope so. And this game, Vitality MnM, is definitely a really good match to watch. And it took its time, and I'm glad that it did, because it got us to really see that both teams have some excellent strategies and excellent coordination in drone play.
I think the really sad thing about today, the truly sad thing about today, is that I would say, without any shred of a doubt, that all of the teams participating today are Pro League teams. Like every single team that we're going to be seeing playing here today are Pro League level teams. Secret are the team that you question the most. And it's not because they're not a Pro League level team, it's because they, as you said, they often undo themselves. So the big question is, going into this next match, is Secret going to shoot themselves in the foot? Or are we going to see just as an amazing match as what we just witnessed with MnM Vitality? Because that was two teams, both going full bore and very well evenly matched. And
down to the
Secret's there too, but are they going to be going all the way?
It was down to the wire. It was 7-4 to finish it on Clubhouse. It's 7-3 on Border, 7-2 on Oregon. Overall, it could have gone either way. And what we're trying to say is, you could have seen a completely different result, and we would have still had the same reaction of, that was pretty sweet. With that said, we have an interview lined up, and Doki is on the other side. Let's have a quick chat.
Hello.
Evening, Doki. Welcome to your first of potentially, who knows, many interviews on Pro League. First
Hopefully,
of all, congratulations. Not only now are you UK Prem champions, but also a Pro League team. So welcome to the crew, I have to say. But what a great matchup between you and Vitality. First thing I want to touch on, you guys won Border pretty handily, lost Oregon, and then retaliated against Vitality on Clubhouse, a map that you played against them around a month ago. So was this sort of map series prepared beforehand? Were you expecting to break them down on Border and then go to Clubhouse, or how was it played?
So we know that Border is like a generally weak map for Vitality. They struggled against a lot of teams in the CL regular season, Trust Gaming, and a couple others, I can't remember. And us ourselves, the very first week, we took them to 7-5. And we felt that we lost that game, not because of them playing very good. We felt that we made like personal mistakes as a team that led us to losing Border. So we read into them, and we realized what they do, what they don't do. We changed a few bans about, and from the get-go of Border, we knew that it was going to go our way, because everything, the bans went right, maps went right, it was perfect.
And, you know, playing against Vitality, you guys have played against them quite a bit, and you know their history and their experience. Them banning an Echo is always a given, so you can predict these bans, and it does allow you to kind of play your style. Now, you guys were banning the Clash consistently. Is this specifically against Vitality because of the way that they played it somehow in scrims or information or whatever, or is it just because you don't like playing against Clash?
Well, a bit of both, really. We know that Vitality play Clash every single round, if they can, on certain maps. And we also hate playing against Shields, so we can get rid of that. It's fine. So
You and me both, buddy. But that said, that was map number one. You go to Oregon, you didn't really have the best of times. The only 2 rounds that are able to get on the map is because Vitality's fault of not watching the flanks in it. What was going on there? Because you guys dedicated so much to Kitchen, and yet every single time you were pushed away so easily by Vitality.
Well, to be honest, we didn't expect Oregon to go through as a map at all, so we didn't really prep for that whatsoever.
What were you expecting, though?
We were expecting Coastline, but they banned that first. because we thought we'd ban Conchu at first, as following the track record in Challenger League, they've banned it every match. But they didn't do it, so we kind of thought maybe they prepped something there. So that's why we didn't pick it, because they maybe hiding strats or something. So Oregon really wasn't expected. So to be honest, we played it like a ranked match. It didn't go our way. GG to them. They're a very strong team. So yeah.
But Clubhouse, that was the final map we got to go to. It was a close one. It then turned into you just kind of sweeping back off of that 3-3 at the half. I mean, 3-3 at the half, and Clubhouse is a pretty good result for the attacking team, that's for sure. But I want to talk about the first attacking round for Vitality, so your first defense, where you didn't really have much or many bodies that were set on the site. And once they were able to just open up the balcony wall into server, they just kind of rushed in and took control of it, and there was nothing that MnM could do. What's the decision to kind of vacate it?
So for that strat, we solely rely on playing below. We hold from below on up. As soon as they opened the wall and they rushed in, we didn't realize for another 5 or so seconds that they were actually in the site. So as soon as I scream, "Oh, they're in sight," everyone panics. And then we just got picked off one by one. Again, like, they read into us perfectly. They seen that that was the best way to attack that particular hold. So props to them. They did it correctly.
Yeah, and we could see when the Thermite was opening up the wall to enter, we could see the holes that have been pre-placed on the floor, and you're like, okay, well, they're going to play it, but there was like nobody anchoring except for the Bandit, I think, on the site, and that's not really an anchor, kind of looking towards the, actually demolishing the Thermite charges. But we saw a lot of Cloud, a lot of Bandit, and 2 of them together when there was Cash, when there was even a place downstairs in Church, but they weren't always that effective on both sides for you, both you, MnM, and Vitality. Why do you think that was the case?
I just think personally, like, for our play style, we need to be very methodical, especially how we play on defense. We have everything prepped previously. We want it to go our way, so does every team, I'm sure, but Vitality are very, very aggressive play style. They can play really slow, or they could just pop off one round. And I think that on all series, 3 maps, that threw us off a lot, and they just countered us really well.
Well said. Well, with that said, Doki, congratulations again to you and MnM. You might be the 2nd British team now in Pro League. That is yet to be seen with Secret versus Vitality. Anything you'd like to end this on? Anything to the fans? Anything to Secret or anybody watching here, British fans specifically?
I just think that the whole UK community being behind us and cheering for us in the chat, like, we really appreciate that. All of us do. So thank you a lot for that. Secret and Vitality is going to be a close game. I have friends on both teams, so I don't really want to favour anyone. So yeah, that could go either way. And I just want to say thank you to Pact for dropping Kendrew and Safe so they could join our team. That seemed to be like a really effective win for us. So thanks, guys.
They couldn't even play with Kendra in the Polish Nationals. I remember talking about this with Marciu quite a bit before he went to Warsaw for it. But yeah, you got the best end of that deal.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Definitely.
All right. With that said, thank you very much, Doki, for all of that. And on that bombshell, we'll see you in Pro League next season at Season 10. Good night.
Thanks, guys.
So yeah,
it's a good way to end.
Good transaction there. That's nice. Well-deserved victory for MnM, certainly.
Yeah.
They earned that one hardcore. Vitality definitely went toe-to-toe with them, and that's the big thing. Doki's right about, he's got friends on both teams. Hard to root for one of them. And it's the same thing for, I think, most people in the European region right now. It's like, who do you want to root for between Vitality and Secret? I mean,
you want the old guard of Vitality
right?
back in it, but
then
at the same time, like Secret with all that they have.
It's hard, man.
And that's the thing. It's hard to be an EU fan as well.
Sometimes you wish they could all just shake hands and be friends and all MB Pro League.
That's the thing. We talked about it so many times throughout this whole season, even sometimes where we just randomly talk about Challenger League, that EUCL is so stacked. You look at it, and this is basically what Pro League was a couple of years ago, and now it's just a miniature Pro League. And I'm very happy, and we all are very happy that Challenger League now gets more exposure, more broadcasts, and a lot more money for those players, because, like it or not, cash is still a big motivator for a lot of people, and having that, it really helps them set aside their daily responsibilities to focus on the game.
It helps you feel secure, right? And that you get reward for what you put in.
Same thing for the organizations that are supporting them, and I'm pretty happy about that.
I just this is one of the... Okay, just as much as MnM and Vitality was unpredictable, though, yeah, 75%, or sorry, 74, I believe it was, for Vitality. I didn't actually catch it when it happened, but it was about 74% for Vitality in the community poll. As much as MnM and Vitality going into it was one of the hardest to predict, closest matches of the relegations we've seen so far. Secret versus Vitality.
That's a tough one.
It's harder to predict for different reasons. Because MnM and Vitality both looked good going into it. Secret has looked bad going into it. That's the thing, though, is they have amazed us before. So we don't know. We'll find out when we actually get to the match. But before then, we've got a very short break. We'll see you in just a bit.